Hello there and welcome to Dukascopy TV. I'm Elaine Stenson and today I'm joined in the studio by Daniel Varela from Banque Piguet Galland. Daniel, there's a growing sense among UK business that inflation is getting dangerously high. Would you agree with this?
I don't. What is high at this stage is fear of inflation, not inflation itself. In fact, if we look to commodity prices that are falling, and wages which are stable or even decreasing, there is no need to fear inflation at this stage.
Okay, so do you think more the problem would be deflation? Rather
than inflation, yes, because we see that after 5 years of aggressive monetary stimulus, we still have very low level of inflation around the world. We see that in the United States, inflation is at 1%. In Europe, inflation is around 1.5%, and in Japan, inflation is even negative. So we are very close to price stability or even close to deflation.
Okay, and some economists are saying that in China, deflation is much closer than any of us realize. What do you think about this?
It's true. Inflation in China is around 2%, but growth is weakening. There is no room for error. If we have a hard landing in China, Chinese authorities could experiment a deflation episode.
And how worried are you about deflation in the next year on a global basis?
On a global basis, our scenario is that the world growth will reaccelerate and inflation should remain stable. But as I said, there is no room for error. If we have some economic disappointments, if we have a financial shock or a financial accident, we could be experiencing a deflation risk.
Is there anything that we can do to avoid this problem, or is it inevitable?
No, it's not inevitable. Of course, authorities around the world have to be very careful to not decrease monetary and fiscal stimulus too early. So that does mean that authorities don't have to increase rates too early or even increase taxes too early.
So Daniel, Japan's government has upgraded its view on the economy for a third straight month in a row in July, saying deflation was easing. Do you agree with this? Does this mean that Abenomics is working?
It's working. We see positive results of these policies. After 20 years in deflation, Japanese authorities are trying new policies, and it's having positive results. We see the Japanese yen falling, which is good for exports. We also see confidence returning and growth reaccelerating. But it will be a long process. Japanese authorities have to be careful to not make a policy mistake. So don't decrease stimulus too early. Don't increase interest rates or taxes too early.
Do you think there's a risk of Japan's government maybe getting complacent with how Japan's economy is doing right now?
We don't see that at this time.
Daniel, thank you very much for joining us today. And that's all we have time for today, but please do check back later for more from the Dukascopy TV team. Bye for now.